Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Listen, I wanted to come on real quick. There's a story that is flashing all across the screens today. Right now, you see the title, Jury Finds Trump Liable for SA for Carroll, Jean Carroll, and awards her $5 million. This story is breaking news right now. I found this on CBS News. I have dropped the link in the description so you guys can take a look at it. For those of you who are interested in this story, as all of you know, this case has been going on for a little bit. I am going to share a little bit of this story with you and talk a little bit through it. I'm not going to be on here long. Just wanted to come on here real quick and give you guys this information. So let me go ahead and run this. And it did say the headline that Trump found liable for SA defamation against Jean Carroll. For those of you who are interested, let me go ahead and run this story.
The GOP presidential frontrunner was ordered to pay millions of dollars in a civil battery and defamation case.
A jury in Manhattan found Donald Trump liable in a lawsuit filed by writer Jean Carroll. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor has been following the trial from the get-go, joining us live now with the verdict and the reacts. Alice.
The jury of 6 men and 3 women deliberated for less than 3 hours. They rejected the claim of rape, but they did find that Mr. Trump sexually abused and defamed Jean Carroll.
Okay, so as you heard, there was a jury of 6 men, I believe, and 3 women. They are letting them know that they neglected one, but they did say that he defamed her. And why is this important? Because her name has been spread as far as like mud across all of these social media streets. Thank y'all for coming in. As you come in, remember to click like, click share, click that notification bell so you'll be aware when we go live. We're going to be bringing more stories like this on this channel, because we want to bring awareness. The reason why I want to have this story, I don't do too much politics on here, but this particular story covers women and defaming their name, and women not having a voice. And when they have a voice against somebody else, thank you, Holy Spirit, who's a bigger or more known person, usually a woman's voice is diminished because people don't want to listen to her. They want to listen to the person who is famous or the person who is powerful or the person who has more money, more wealth, that kind of thing. I really do want to thank Jean Carroll for standing up for not only herself, but other people that will eventually have to go through situations like this. Women, it is time to take your power back. If you've been defamed or abused in any kind of way, it is time for you to have your voice heard. Don't be afraid because of the other person. Do you think that they're a larger individual and they may not be? You think that you can't win a case? Go ahead and get yourself lawyered up and get connected with people that can do what they can to help you to get your name back. Because as you're going to hear in this video, Jean Carroll's lawyer stated that she did not do this for money. She did this because she wanted to get her name back. Let's continue this.
79-year-old Jean Carroll left the courthouse without comment, but hugged supporters in the gallery moments after a jury awarded her $5 million. Carroll's attorneys maintained it was never about money, but getting her reputation back after Carroll told the court Donald Trump raped her in a Bergdorf Goodman dressing room in 1996, then defamed her in a social media post, calling it a hoax, lie, and writing that Carroll was not his type.
Y'all make sure, let me know in the comments if you can hear. Hey, Aaron, thank you for being here. I haven't put those comments up. Let me know if you can hear the video, Aaron, when I have it on there. Again, you guys, she is standing up for her name. And not only is she standing up, Jean Carroll, for her own name, she's standing up for the name of women across the world. This is a great statement right here that is happening. This is monumental. It's history making. And it's about time that people start doing more of this. Okay, let's go ahead and continue this video.
Her attorneys told jurors Carroll was exactly his type and used his own words against him to show it. In his taped deposition, he was shown a group photo of both Carroll and him from decades prior. He repeatedly misidentified her in the picture as his second wife, Marla Maples.
That's Marla. Yeah, that's my wife.
With no police report or physical evidence in the case, jurors had to rely on testimony. 11 witnesses, including Carroll herself, were called to the stand. 2 of her friends testified that Carroll told them about the attack right after it happened. Former Bergdorf employees from that time period said it wasn't uncommon for the lingerie floor to be empty and dressing rooms left open. And we heard from 2 other accusers who say Trump forced himself on them in a similar way. The 2000.
Now, again, here it is. The other 2 accusers that said that he did the same thing to them in a similar way, which means this is an act that just wasn't toward one woman, it was towards others. So now because E. Jean Carroll spoke up, these other women can also speak up. This is how we stop these things from happening, you guys. It's not because we go silent and we feel like, well, I'm not going to say anything because it's no longer happening to you. You need to speak up so that it does not continue to happen to somebody else. And just like E. Jean Carroll did, we all need to stand up and have a voice. All right, let's continue to listen.
5 Access Hollywood tape in which Trump is caught on a hot mic making lewd comments about women was played numerous times.
Hey, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Carroll says she decided to go public with the allegation in her 2019 book after seeing women come forward with accusations against Harvey Weinstein. Late this afternoon, she released a statement that reads in part, quote, "For far too long, survivors of sexual assault faced a wall of doubt and intimidation. We hope and believe today's verdict will be an important step in tearing that wall down."
Okay, so that's the part. That's the part I want you all to get out of this video if you don't get anything else. And that is the reason why I am having that here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Again, I don't do politics on the channel, but I am running this video because of what it stands for. This statement right here is really what drew me to have this conversation today on the channel. She said this, and it reads this. It says, "For far too long, survivors of SA faced a wall of doubt and intimidation." That's the word right there, intimidation, because when we don't say something, the individual who's doing these things feel as though they have the right to do it again. But that is why it's so important for us to have a voice. Let me get back to the quote. She says, "For far too long, survivors of SA faced a wall of doubt and intimidation. We hope and believe today's verdict will be an important step in tearing that wall down." It is time that we do that. And this is by E. Jean Carroll and her attorney, Roberta Kaplan. Let me go ahead and continue to run this.
76-year-old Trump did not attend the trial, nor did he have to. He posted on Truth Social this afternoon, "I have absolutely no idea who this woman is. This verdict is a disgrace, a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time." His attorney spoke outside the courthouse.
I mean, look, strange verdict. This was a rape claim. It was a rape case all along, and the jury rejected that, but made other findings. So we'll obviously be appealing those other findings.
Now, again, they were trying to get it under one claim, but what the jury found is they put it under a defamation. So they're trying to say it wasn't a defamation. So we're going to have to keep watching this story. As you heard, the lawyer stated right now that they're going to be filing an appeal. So this is a time for all of us to get together and start praying that this thing goes through for the protection of women, not so that these things can keep happening. So it is not time to just turn and say E. Jean Carroll just won and that's it. No, this is a time for women all to get together and people who are against this type of abuse to simply start saying we will no longer take this. What can we do? I'm going to do what I can. And what I can do is pray that things like this will stop and people that are doing things like this will stop. And this is a way we can do this by sharing videos like this with others to let them know that these women out here, they have went through this and we shouldn't have other people to go through the same thing. Let's start having the conversation. I'm going to finish running the video and then I'll be right back.
This was a quick verdict, but we are unlikely to hear from jurors at this time. It was an anonymous jury to protect them against harassment, to protect them from harassment because of the nature of the case and who exactly was involved. This was a quick deliberation, and we also want to point out that the judge, before releasing them, advised them it was ultimately up to them whether or not they wanted to release their identities, but he said, "I wouldn't do it, not now and not anytime soon." Live outside.
Now, let's talk about that part right now. They were saying that the judge was telling the jury that he doesn't think that they should say anything as far as their identity to protect them because of who the case is about. Why should we have to be feeling as though that we have to be protected because of a case, situation like this? People being harassed, people being bothered because they're simply a juror. That's another issue. And that's part of the defamation as far as I can see, because you're simply a juror. You're sent there to do a job, to say what you think the case is, and to go from there. Why now should you have to sit in a situation and feel as though I have to be worried about people harassing me? That's crazy. So people, it is time to have the conversation. Let's go ahead and have the chat. What do y'all think in the comments? Y'all let me know. I'm going to go ahead and say hello to you all there. Hey, Aaron, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you for being here tonight. Hey, Latoya, say hello to my nephew, Justin. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you again. Appreciate everybody for being here. Remember, thank you, Aaron. Click like and click share. We're going to have more stories like this because women, it's time for us to stand up and stick together with one another. You know, it's not time for us to sit here and just play around and allow these things to continue to happen. No, it's not time for any of that to take place. Hey, Fifi ASP, thank you for being here. It says powerful statement. Many need to hear this. That's right. And this story is breaking right now. There's many other articles, news coverages that are handling it right now. So y'all make sure that y'all check this out. Stay on this story. And those of you who are out there who are part of my prayer warrior team and you know how to put a powerful prayer in, let's pray that people like E. Carroll and these other ladies will also get their victory. Even if there is an appeal, let justice be won on their behalf. It's time that people like Trump and other people who do these kind of things and think that they're just nothing realize that there's something great and that women will no longer tolerate this kind of injustice. Thank you for watching the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We'll be back with more stories like this and others. But for right now, y'all have a great day and be blessed. And remember, click that subscribe button on your way out. Thank you. Bye now.
Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.